Virtually to today's project on how to buy a used van or any vehicle. My wife did her research. She got on computer and got the specs on this particular vehicle and the owners, how many owners this particular van had. This one that I have, that I purchased, had 2 owners, and they were actually family members from what I heard. The first owner took care of the van and they had the maintenance records in order. And the second owner, there wasn't too much maintenance records nowhere. He did a little of this and that, but he got all the specs on the van, and it was purchased from a new car dealer, but this was a trade-in vehicle. So when we went to check it out, my wife already had all the information on the van, and they even told everything that was damaged or missing, or something that wasn't working. They actually had they're listed, and that brought our attention that these people were not trying to hide anything. So that was that made us relax. When we got there, the salesperson, they took us straight to the back. So I commented, I said, so where's this van at? I mean, where's it located? You got it back in the junk pile? And he started laughing. He said, yeah, something like that. So when we got back there, he opened the door, and the van wouldn't even start up. Red flag. No problem. Dead battery to me, not a big deal. We opened one of the side doors, and we seen the canopy hanging from the ceiling, but they already had that on paper, so that there wasn't nothing hidden. And started the van up and drove around. I sat in the back. I wanted to hear noises or anything, so I let my wife drive. And it ran pretty smooth. Transmission sound good. The salesperson answered questions and showed the different operations, what controls did what. But my wife still had in mind to get an inspection and an independent inspection done on this vehicle. So, but anyway, she got on the computer and got all the specs, information, the maintenance records, and everything, and that made things more smoother. Gave us a more of a panoramic view of what this van can do and the problems with it, and if we still want to purchase it. So we ended up buying the van. I did my inspection. She even took it to Firestone. They did their inspection, so we got pretty much good view of what we had. And when the van was up on the lift at Firestone, one of the salespersons had us to come back and look at the rust that was on the van and pointed out different things. And he said overall everything looks good, except for we had to change a few things. The brakes, the rotors, the pads, the calipers were fine. There's nothing leaking. I knew by experience I was going to have to change the transmission fluid, the transmission filter. It's like the oil, they had the oil change, but I'm going to redo that also. Changing the radiator, doing a radiator flush, and the AC works wonderful. I was looking for any leaks into the engine, especially under the valve, dealing with the valve cover gaskets. I wanted to know if that was okay, that they were fine. I'm checking the oil, the transmission dipstick, the oil dipstick, checking the brake fluid, the power steering fluid. But overall, everything looks good. But a few days ago, we were driving around. The other day, we were driving around, and my wife noticed water under her feet. And from past experience, I knew that this was AC drainage, but the backed up, and it got into the passenger compartment on the floor. So that's going to be taken care of. So recently, I just changed the spark plug wires, and the van is running fine. Stand by virtually to how to buy a van or what to look out for. Stand by. I like to check under the hood, what's going on under here, see what it looks like. Visual check here. I look under the hood here, radiator hose look like it's in very good condition. Valve cover gaskets, they look like that's been replaced. There's no leakage there. That's in the front there. Spark plug wires okay, but I'm going to change those. I'm going to change spark plugs. Other hose is on. Look alright. Dipstick is dry. That's not good. I'll have to turn my vehicle on to check my transmission fluid. Brake fluid, dirty. Car steering fluid, looks dirty. My AC lines look like they're in very good condition. High side, low side. Spark plug wires look good, but I'm gonna change those out. Upper radiator hose look like that's been replaced. All dipstick dry, not good. But the engine looks pretty clean. 2.8 LP6. Dry belt. Don't see any cracks in that. Radiator cap. The radiator was very low, and reservoir was empty. My coolant reservoir was empty. Air filter dirty. Air filter housing debris. Be cleaned out. Wiper blades were totally worn, had to replace those. Inside now, we're going to take our, it's good to have your own code reader. Just plug it in. Got my switch off. Plug it in and see what happens. Check the underbody. Look at all of that rust, but there's some parts that are durable. Still, my main concern would be the muffler, if it's rusted out. Got my spare out, I'm gonna check that out. I heard you need to change those every 10 years. It will keep your vehicle that long. But this is the driver's side. I'm going to remove my tire to check my brake, my rotor calipers. Checking the exhaust system here, exhaust piping. Muffler. Sounds solid. Don't see any rusted, real danger rust. That's the outside there. This vehicle apparently has been in snow. Maybe from out north. But we're looking pretty good so far. So getting my, I'm going to change the spark plug on this vehicle. These were so tight in there. Have me a little bar here. Put on top of my socket. And give me some leverage. So I got different sizes depending on what's going on. This one was really stuck down in there, so able to get it out. Pulling on that. I'd rather put my plugs in there than trust already in there, even though the wires look good and everything. I got it out. It's bad to me. Got it out though. But I got my new plugs here. Got some boot protection on ahead and some anti-seize lube on there for my new ones. To get this back in, I got me a piece of hose. Gonna set it on top and install it that way. Down there. Just to get it going, that works pretty good. Buying these used vehicles, I wouldn't get so excited because things happen, and you may be buying someone else's problem or problems, but if you're prepared for it, things will go kind of smooth for you. Get this locked down. Okay. I have some new wires here. I was told that if I'm going to change the plugs to make sure I get the wires changed. So we're going to match them up here. See which side goes where. The passenger side, after driving maybe on the third day, my wife noticed she said there's water here. And the AC was on, we were driving around. And this whole area became soaked. So the issue here is backed up AC drainage. So where the AC drains, the hole has to be clogged up. So we're just going to unclog that, and that should take care of this problem. There's another issue. Eventually too, I was able to restore the canopy myself. That's on about 5 videos, I think, and everything's running smooth. This van is in good shape now. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.